I've heard some people say that this is closer to World War III or to a world war than we were in something like 1939, something like that. And as a result, I've had some people on, for example, one of the other videos that I posted saying, you have no business talking about or considering anything about living in the Middle East at this point in time. And I thought I would respond to that a little bit and explore what's going on with the Middle East, and in particular, spend this time shedding light on what are, I think, some like bad mental models and how to have better mental models about these things. So love to hear from you guys. Put it in the comments below and let's dive in and talk about it. Now, people might say, but Michael, you should be worried about that. Oh my gosh, like this is cataclysmic, it's terrible. But it's not. That's the thing, right? How many people died in Chernobyl? Most people have like some idea that it was like this massive thing. The truth is, again, not sadly, thankfully to some extent, but it was like nobody, I think like one person died or something. It was an extremely low number of people directly died. Now, then you say, okay, well, there was cancer rates increase and things like this. Even that, honestly, if you start to like dig into the data, it's like questionable how much you had this increase. And more importantly, there's a gazillion other things that are like guaranteed to increase your cancer risk. So why do I bring this up? Not because it can't happen, not because it's nothing to worry about, not all that. Of course, we don't want there to be these, like, I personally am somebody who, like, I don't want there to be a war. I think that's bad, I don't want people to die. I think that's bad. I don't want there to be nuclear explosions. I think that's bad, etc. I don't want any of that to happen, of course. However, the probability that that is going to be something that is going to directly affect me is very small. And so you might say, okay, yeah, but, shouldn't you still worry about it? And here I think the problem is versus what? Okay, versus what? Because the likelihood that I get into a car accident in London is far greater than the chances of all those things. And guess what? The severity is probably equivalent for me. Okay? The chances, frankly, that I get mugged or something in London or Paris or Milan or something like that is much higher. The chances that I get robbed in Barcelona is much higher. The chances that I get shot in some American city or some South American city or something like that, the chances that I'm going to Mexico and I have like something happen in South Africa and somebody shoots me or something is like way higher than this, way higher. And being shot is literally by definition equivalent severity because you died. Okay. So I think you really need to very wisely examine and consider the risks in proportion. And you need to realize that the likelihood of any of this affecting you, thankfully, is super, super low. Okay. The reality is that from a like physical threat to your safety standpoint, it is probably safer in the midst of war in Iran, in UAE, in Dubai or Abu Dhabi or something like that, than it is to be in London on every single day.